here we are. We're going to play 1066 Tears to Many Mothers. I'm just going to have a run through of the game with myself, Tristan Hall, and Alexis Williams. And rather than sort of explain all the rules, we're just going to play through it and give you an overview of how the game plays out. So this is more targeted towards people who are roughly aware of the rules and just want to get stuck in. So at the start of the game, we're going to draw 4 cards. And then at the start of the round, we're going to draw 2 cards. So just draw straight up to 6. And William always goes first. So I'm going to use this to represent the first player marker. And I'm just going to realise I'm not William. Lecky's going to go first.
Oh.
So, number in the top left is how many you want to discard to bring them into play. Characters and units come into the grid. Events are one shot. Attachments and tactics can be played onto other cards or outside of the grid.
Okay.
So I wouldn't worry too much about strategy at this stage.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
just get stuff played.
start wonking stuff there. Right, ridge fortifications. Then I'm just gonna play them central.
Okay, so discard 1 card to bring that in. And it's an attachment, so you can attach it to any one of the 3 wedges, and you're going to get +1 might in that wedge for the rest of the game. So you just shove it under one of these 3.
So
Wedge of your choice. And that one, okay.
Yeah.
So I'll just pop it under here.
Okie doke. I guess yeah.
Cool.
You're gonna let go of most of the rules.
Okay, it's not a problem. So, play immediately passes over to me. I'm going to bring in some random geezer. So I'm going to discard 1 to bring in a swordsman. He's got 1 power, and his special ability is I can tire him to move into a different wedge. And it's your go.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to win. The game that we're using at the moment, the prototype, has completely stolen artwork, so it's all borrowed, it's all placeholder, it's all going to be replaced by Anya Krikskauska's beautiful official art. But we just like to have pretty looking prototypes.
Yep, it's okay. That's going in. That's going in there, even though it's not row for row.
It's a biggie.
Sack that buff.
Okay.
Shy of the buff.
So yeah, so he'd have 3 power if he's in the 3rd row, but he's going to stay at 2. So play passes back over to me. I'm going to discard 1 to bring in a mace man. And then it's back over to Lecky, and you've got no cards.
I pass.
So you're going to pass, so that means you get the first player token, or not hang on to it. And then I'm going to pass as well, so it's the end of the round. So we both attack our objectives. The first objective on both sides is free. It's Halley's Comet. Halley's Comet passes over. So we automatically destroy this objective, which goes to the bottom of the objective piles. I move on to the Battle of Fulford, where I'm going to have to take on the the Vikings, sorry. And Lecky is off to the War Council at Ruin, where he's going to try and muster support for
great favour.
yeah, with the nobles. So, at the start of the next round, we both draw 2 cards. And off we go again. Starting with Lecky as first player.
Yeah, I overspent.
Okay. So there's no shame in passing straight away if you need to save up.
Yeah, I might do that.
Okay. Yep, I think I'm going to pass as well, which ends the round. So we're both going to attack our objectives. So mine is a might objective, which means I total up all my might, which in this case is 3, 4, 5, minus the 2 on the objective card is 3, so I'm going to inflict 3 damage on my wedge. Leki's is a zeal objective. He's got a total of 3 zeal against 3, so that's nothing. You're not going to do any damage to that, so you're looking to bring in more zeal cards to boost up the support at Ruin. So you're looking for clerical types.
They're not impressed with my offering so far.
Which follows history actually. They weren't really impressed with William at first, but yeah, okay, so we end the round and
Cool.
we start again. You're still first player, so draw 2 cards and off we go.
Okay, so I'm going to attach a papal standard to get my extra zeal.
Okay, so attached to a wedge.
Yeah.
So like this one, you stick it on the wedge
There
of
it goes.
choice. You're going all in on the middle, is it?
Probably
Okay.
not.
Well, you can do. I mean, that's zeal,
Yeah.
that's might. So they're both separate battle types.
Cool. So that'll get me to 4 zeal at the end of the turn.
That's right.
I
That's
need
gonna...
to pay a card. Resources. And it's back to you.
Okey-doke. So I'm going to... discard. Girth Godwinson, which I'm loath to do because he's kick-ass, but I'm going to put
In my girth.
Crowning of Westminster's going on Harold, which gives him +1 zeal.
Cool.
Here we go.
And that's me passing.
Okay, and that's me passing, so that's the end of the round. We attack our objectives again. So I've got 3, 4, 5, minus 2, it's 3, so I've smashed this now. And when destroyed, I must destroy one of my units or characters if possible. So we're going to say goodbye to the swordsman. And I move on from Fulford up to the Battle of Stamford Bridge.
Cool.
Leki's got 3, but he's got +1 from the papal standard, which is raised in William's honour. So 4 minus 3 is 1 damage to the objective.
Take that. 5 more to go.
Okay. So the Normans build up their zeal at first and make sort of slow and steady progress through objectives that aren't as damaging, whereas the Saxons are up against it straight away, fighting against the Vikings, sacrificing soldiers and doing might battles, and then there's a little bit of push and pull until it switches over, and then I'll be using zeal and you'll be using might. So we'll see how that plays out.
Okay.
So next round.
Let's get our 2.
And you're first.
Okay. So I'm sacrificing 2 absolutely pants cards to get myself some zeal.
None of them are pants, Lecky, they're all amazing.
For the purposes of what I need. William of Poitiers is coming down. That's right, Poitiers.
Yeah, and then he's learned, so when you played, draw a card.
Excellent. We'll have a bit of that.
Okay, and he's got that extra zeal boost, nice.
There we go.
Okay, so I go. I'm going to spend 3 chunky cards to bring in my house cards, and because they're in row 1, they're going to get +1 might, and I can tap them for 1 resource. Tire them for 1 resource. So it's your go, Lecky.
Okay, I'm going to pass. I'm not going to draw any cards. That would be cheating.
I am going to tap him for his resource, tire him for his resource, and I will play 200 axes as an action to destroy an enemy unit with zeal 0. Goodbye!
Oh.
And then I'm going to pass.
Not even technically a war yet.
It's a flashback! So, at the end of the round we attack objectives, so I've got 4 might, minus 1 is 3.
Okay, so I've got my extra might now, takes me to 5, so I
Zeal,
go
you're on.
2 zeal, sorry, so
Yeah.
2 damage.
Wicked.
3 more to go, but I'm plodding along there.
Okay, summoning the people to your aid.
Come
Okay.
on, guys, let me go.
Okay, so refresh everybody. Draw, and you're still first player. I'm going to rob that first player token off you at some point.
One day, when I work out what I'm doing, you may have a chance. Okay. I'm going to bring in Hugh, French name. And he's going to literally give me 1 tilt. Now, what's this icon in the corner?
So you can tire him for 1 resource, which means the cost of a card that you're playing costs 1 less.
But then I won't be able to use him against my objective.
Exactly.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, so on my turn, I am going to... How many cards you got?
I've got 1 more left in my hand.
Right, so I'm going to pass and grab this.
Oof, yoink! Right from under my nose.
It's your go.
Obviously I'm passing.
Okay, let's hit those objectives. 3, 4, 5, 6, -1, so I've smashed this one.
Okay.
Beating the Battle of Stamford Bridge, and when I defeat this, I've got to destroy a unit or character, so we say goodbye to the Mace Man.
I've got 4, 5, 6, which finally gets me past my objective.
Okay.
Everyone sees my point of view and says, yeah, let's go get them.
And you've got a little effect there, when
Saxons.
destroyed.
Yeah, when destroyed, move on to Papal Blessing and Lawful Clay.
Oh, okay, so it's just straight on to the next
Just-
objective.
Yeah. Some sort of druid. Okay, so I've got 1 zeal to defeat this one, 6 health. I'm going to smash him apart.
Okay, and if you read what happens when you defeat that.
When destroyed, I may remove 1 damage from William the Bastard, then move on to Dedication of Matilda's Abbey at St. Etienne.
Okay, so it's just like a minor little bonus there. Mine's the same again. When destroyed, I'm going to destroy a character or a unit, if possible. Okay.
Take it as we progress, these benefits are going to get better or higher value or...
Well, they're mixed. They're based on the theme of the events of what actually happened. So yours start off with zeal and are typically more difficult to overcome as you're trying to establish that. But then you'll switch to might later on, and whilst you're getting benefits early, like potentially healing William and drawing cards, later on you're going to be getting lose units. Whereas I'm having my units stripped from me at all these battles, but by the time I get down to Waltham Abbey and stuff, I'll be able to start drawing cards as well.
Excellent. Nice.
Yeah, hopefully balances out. Next round. And I'm first player this time. Sucker! So I'm going to tap him for his 1 resource. I'm going to discard Morcar, and I'm going to play English Spies. The normal player reveals his hand. Then I may choose and discard up to 2 of the cards.
Oh mate, I know what. I've been babysitting this one for 2 turns. I'm just going to give it up straight away. 700 chips, deal 6 damage to Invasion of Sussex objective. So
Okay.
obviously I was waiting a while to pull that one off. I've got Robert Fitzsianis. He's a lesser
Free to bring
Norman
in,
noble. Yeah, and then a Norman crossbowman, which I think is probably going to get a chop with the 700 chips.
So you'll be hanging on to hit me up.
Yeah, I guessed as much.
Okay.
Excellent. Which will force me into an early pass anyway.
Okay, well there's your consolation prize.
Okay.
And
Oh, that's a blow.
I'm going to... I think I'm also going to pass. So we'll hit the objectives. I've got 3 might because he's all exhausted, tired. And I'm doing 3 against 1.
Okay.
2 damage.
Excellent. And this is where it flips back around for me, so I've got 5 zeal. Well, no, 6 zeal.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Six.
Minus 1.
One.
So 5 damage straight away. 1 round. Have to do something about that.
Lovely.
Okay, next round. Get him back. Draw 2. So yeah, remember you can be tiring him for his resources if you need them.
Oh, yes. Experience source.
How are you going to act?
Right. I'm gonna bring in Tristan Fitzrolf at a cost of 2, unfortunately, but it gives me the extra zeal, which I think I might need in the next objective. We'll see. Yeah, it's a bit of a risky gambit, but we'll see how it pays off. But I have got 2 resources in the game if I need to spend them.
Nice. Okay, I'm going to do everything I can to undo all your stuff now. So, let's start with generating 1 resource from him and bringing in chuck a house call. Bring in my archers, feared archers, so they're pretty weak, but I can tie them to do 1 damage to an enemy in this row up to 3 rows away in this wedge, sorry. So play pass it back to you.
I'm going to pass.
And then I am going to fire. 1, 2, 3, pop.
Oh.
Okay.
It was a poor choice.
And then I'm going to have to pass. So hit the objectives.
Okay.
3 minus 1 is 2 for me.
So, Papal Blessing at St. Etienne, a resounding success. And move on to the dedication of Matilda's Abbey. Now, William wasn't injured, so there's no real plus from that.
Okay. Not too many lesser foes to shoot at in the meantime.
Exactly. I was giving you plenty of target practice.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's start the next round, draw 2. Got a dude's back. And you're still first.
Okay, so I'm going to pass immediately.
Ooh.
Yeah, I spent too much too early, I think.
Ooh, now. This is interesting, because when I beat this objective I'm going to have to lose a character or a unit, and it's probably going to be the archers, so if I use them up, I'll shoot this guy, and then you've already passed.
Yep.
So play pass it back to me so I can go again. I'm going to use him for his resource. I'm bringing my English bishops, so I can action that to add zeal to a unit or character until the end of the round. And I'm not going to need it yet, but I'll pass now. And we'll hit the objectives. 3 minus 1 is 2, so I've marched down Ermine Street, and when it's destroyed I've got to destroy a unit or character, so I'll say goodbye to the archers. Because his resource generation is just too tasty. Okay, and then I'm on to the prayer at Waltham Abbey, so I'm on the first zeal battle now, which is what I need to start concentrating on.
Okay.
And let's start the next round.
And I'm going to pass because I've got enough zeal to get me through this round, as long as you don't start murdering.
Tactical. Okay. I'm on zeal as well there, so let me see. 3, 4, 5, potentially 6. I'm going to spend 1 to bring in. Actually, I spend 2 and bring in Spearman. Deal 1 damage to 1 enemy cavalry in this card's wedge, and he's got the cavalry trait, cavalry commander. So he's gone.
Alright, spell on the top.
And it's your go. Did you say you were
I'll
passing?
pass, yeah.
Okay, so I'll pass as well. So hit those objectives. I'm going to use this to give him +1 zeal. So that's 3, 4, 5. Minus 2 is 3.
I just need 2, but I've got 4 minus 1, 3. If I get past the dedication.
Okay, so what's your little effect there?
Oh, the effect. When destroyed, you may draw one card, then move on to Norman and set sail. So, I may draw a card for free. Then Norman set sail come in, and then I'll draw my 2 for the start.
Okay, and we're using the standard rules of just drawing 2 cards every turn. The advanced variants allow you to draw 3 and pick 2, or draw 4 and pick 2.
So I'm on to might now. So I need to change my epic war machine to that generating
To
might.
a war
which
machine.
I need 6. Yes.
Okay.
Correct. So learning lessons about expensive eggs in single layer baskets.
Also, resource generators are really valuable.
Quick sweep for resources, and I've been very lucky with my draw, so I don't have to worry about that. This turn, I'm going to bring in a Breton swordsman, so he's infantry. Action agile, I can move him to a different wedge if I need to.
Okay, so he's like your bog standard troop.
This is going to provide some might. So I've got that. Yep. So pop it in for 1. Okay.
Right, I'm going to tire the old house call for a local advantage, and I'm going to get +1 might in this wedge. In fact, I'm going to put it in the middle wedge to counteract your +1 might. So you like them eggs.
Back to regular might.
Okay, it's your go.
I'm going to play Hardrada III, King of Norway. Action. The Saxon player discards 2 cards of his choice.
Oh, filth!
Yeah, let's thin out that hand a little bit.
I've been saving all of this as well.
Bet you have.
Okay, let's
Revenge
One.
my fleet.
2. And then it's my go.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll spend 1 to play Forced March. It's got 2 possible actions. One is deal 6 damage to march down Ermin Street objective, but I've already done that. So I'm going to use the other one, which is play a card at cost -3. So I bring in Waltheof,
Excellent.
Earl of Huntingdon, and he's fearsome, so when played, destroy 1 enemy unit in this card's wedge. Bye!
Big cards, big benefits.
And it's back over to you.
I'm passing.
You too. So let's hit the objectives. 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Smash this, and when it's destroyed, I can draw a card and then move on to gather forces in London.
So my map's been completely oriented here, so I've got 3, it's worth 2.
Oh no, so it doesn't cancel it out, sorry.
Okay, it
adds
if
to
we went to a head-to-head fight.
when we get to
Would cancel
Hastings, they'll cancel it.
I see.
So you do have 4 might,
Yep.
-2, so you can
There
do
we
2
go.
damage.
I used to have 6 might, but that's
Living in the past, man.
it's a completely different thing.
Okay.
So pick up the 2 cards.
We're off, and you're still first player again.
Okay, a tactic card. So I'm going to play Orkney Vikings.
No!
Destroy any 1 tactics card in play. So off it goes.
Oh! Down with the bishops. The bishops have been ransacked by Viking raids. Okay, I'm going to use the house calls. So note the repeated use of the house calls for resources. You had 2 resource generators. I'm not trying to rub it in. I'm just showing it.
You also shot them.
I did shoot them with arrows. Okay, so I'm going to bring in Edric, Deacon of Blakeney. He's learned. In fact, let's stick him in this row here because there's no zeal here. And when played, he's learned, draws a card. And it's over to you again.
Okay, I'm going to pass.
I too shall pass. So I'm on a zeal objective here, gather forces in London. So Harold's trying to get the fieldsmen and everyone together to march south against William. I've got 3, 4, 5, 6 zeal. I would have 7, but you got rid of my bishops. So 6 minus 3, so toughie. Gives me 3 damage on that one.
Okay, so again I just do 2 damage, because every time I play a character you manage to get rid of them. Not bitter.
It's next round.
Honestly, no joke. I've not picked up a single resource card
Since we killed the last one.
Killed the last one off.
So this is something, as an experienced player, you can mitigate a little bit with the draw 3 or draw 4, cube 2. But for a first play, it's easy just to play through the deck and see discrete cards one by one. And you're still first play.
Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to go a little. I'm going to play it safe, rather than kind of put everything down on one card. Hope that I get a resource generator coming in the future. So burn 2 cards. Sacrifice a high value card to do it. Probably not the best move, but we'll see what happens.
Okay.
And
Just bumped up the might.
they're doing protection. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to use the house cards to bring in Ealdith.
Oh yeah. Long range perchance.
No, she's a wife of Harold, so she just generates resources and provides a little bit of zeal. So yeah, pass it back to you.
Excellent. I'm going to pass.
Okay, I'll pass as well. Hit those objectives up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 3. So I've smashed this one.
6 minus 2. That's 4. So I've managed to break through.
Okay, so the effect on mine is when destroyed, I can remove 1 damage from King Harold. He's okay. You've not managed to shoot him yet. And then I can play a card at cost -3. So I'm going to use her to generate 1.
Yes.
Added to 3 from that is 4. Plus another is 5. And we're going to bring in the Offwind Godwinson. One of my big tasty.
Now,
dudes.
I'm glad that I didn't spend 3 cards on a character, because I now have to remove a character. I should have read this more carefully. So, we move on to the Invasion of Sussex. A character goes into the discard pile.
Okay.
And we draw 2, and play continues.
Alright. William's on his way to Hastings by himself at the moment.
Because I'm paying incredible attention to what's going on here now. So again, I must destroy one of my characters, so maybe not spend too much. I'll follow up with a very cheap character, if possible.
Hang on, so I've gathered forces in London, which means I'm at Hastings now.
Oh. Caught me with my punch down.
Okay, so I can't start fully attacking the wedges yet, because I've only arrived this turn. And the only battles that we'll have will be Zeal battles at first. And then once you turn up at Hastings, we'll have the full ruck.
Oh, I see. So I just need my... Fortunately... I've got anything too weighty in the form of might in my hand, so I'm going to pass and hope that something happens. That it doesn't actually mean I just get destroyed.
Right. I too will pass, which means you go to the objective phase.
Okay, so I've got 4 minus 3. That's literally 1.
And I'm not attacking the objective anymore, I'm attacking the wedges. So normally we'd calculate Zeal and then have a might battle as well. But in this instance, I can't do might battles because you're not there yet, so I'm shoring up my defences. And the only thing we calculate is Zeal. And if you win a Zeal battle, the most damage you can do to a wedge is 1.
Okay.
So 2 against 0 is 1 there.
Okay.
4, 5, 6 against 4. It's going to be 1 there. And 1 against nothing. 1 there. So it's a little disadvantage. So you better hurry up and tackle those last objectives to come and kick ass before I slowly whittle away your defences there. And let's start next round.
Okay, so I'm going to play 4 to bring in some big guns
What
or
have we got?
axes. So we've got
Quite
Roger de
fearsome.
Beaumont, the Norman noble. This is fearsome. Destroy 1 enemy unit in this card's wedge.
Okay, so we've got
played.
characters here. Characters here and characters
Ooh.
here. So you might want to play them into this wedge and then you'll be able to take out the spearman.
Let's do it. Let's have that. Let's resist.
Okay. So on my go. I'm going to spend 2 to bring in some javelin men. When played, deal 1 damage to 1 enemy unit, but he's a character, so it's not going to affect him. It's just going to help boost up my might in that wedge. Okay, that's your go.
I'm passing.
I'll pass 2.
Right, so that's 3, 6, 7, which will do 4 damage to my objective.
Okay, and then we'll do our wedge battles. 2 against nothing. 6 against 4.
And then
1 against 0. Alrighty, next round.
okay,
Draw 2.
Okay, so I'm just going to bring in Praying and Confessing, which is a tactic which will give me +1 zeal. So I'll just make a little bit of room for my tactic along here.
I'm going to pop your discard pile on the other side of my
Yeah, just get it out of the way.
Whoa!
This
Chaos!
is where the mega cheating comes in and I
Oh, yeah.
slip in my distracted with something better. There we go.
Okay, so what's this again? Tactics.
Yeah, so
Praying and confessing. 1 unit gains zeal +1 until the end of the round. Okay, so that affects units. You don't have any at the moment, but I'm sure you'll bring some in. Okay, and I'm going to pass to grab the first player token off you.
I'm going to pass as well.
Okay, so we hit the objectives again. So I think you smashed that one there.
Yeah, that's it, it's done. What? So, I get to get rid of my characters again. So, off he goes. Now move on to the Battle of Hastings.
Oh.
This is where you can officially start kicking my ass.
That's right, and you might have arrived too early. So it's alright. It's we're not going to be able to have the full battle this round anyway because you've only just arrived. But it does mean that next turn you've got to prepare yourselves. So we're going to do the Zeal battle first, which I think we've already calculated as a 3 wedge win for me. And then we both draw 2 cards and off we go. Okay, and I've got 7 cards, so I'm going to have to discard down to 6. And as first player, I'm going to bring in Wiggett of Wallingford for free. Just some extra strength to boost up that wedge. What's your go?
Okay, I'm going to bring in Eustace II, Count of Cologne, Flemish noble. Each Flemish card costs 1 less now that he's in there, and he's also worth a resource.
Finally! Good oak. Right, and then I'm going to pass.
I'm going to pass as well.
Right, we're off to battle now, okay.
What you doing?
This is going to be... this is going to be a spanking. So we've got Zeal here, we've got 2 against 1.
Yeah.
And this is the same as last round, this is the same as last round. And we're going to have to also do might battles. Which
from a tactic,
which come first?
Is an absolute fool.
So I'm going to get ready here because this could be it could be over pretty quickly. We've got 4 might against 1, which means that's going to be 3 damage there. We've got 3, 7, 8 against 4 there.
Yep.
So that's going to be 4 damage.
You've gone up on Bill.
And 1, 2, 3 against nothing. Okay, so unless you can pull something amazing out of the bag, next turn is going to be pretty decisive.
Ooh, I can do literally nothing. It's alright though, because I'm going to get this back. Passing.
Oh, hang on. We've not started yet. I'm going to discard down to 6, and I'm first player, so I'm going to
so
get
you
to
can
go
pass
first.
immediately.
Yeah, I could, but I'm
That'll be good.
It's all
We could dry slowly.
bringing some big guys first. Discard 4. And then I'm over to you, if you want to pass.
Okay, I'm totally passing.
And then it's going to be might. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 against 1 is 5, so I'll claim that wedge. And 3, 7, 8 against 4, and I claim that wedge, and that's game over. 2 wedges is a win. 2, 3, I would have gained that as well. So yeah,
Well done.
a whitewash there. So yeah, what we'll probably do next time is go through some more tactics and the ways in which you can sort of counteract the way that played out. But it's fairly fast paced and fast moving game, very different to Doom and Kill Forth. And that's a lot for the playthrough. Thanks for joining me, Iamleki.
Thanks very much for having me.